Nelson Mandela said, "There is no passion."
Good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. So just say hello if you are here so we can see who is here, who is in the house.
Who is in the house? Who's in the house?
Anybody awake? Come on.
Come on, people.
Wake up, wake up.
Don't tell me.
Hi, good morning. We have
Some technical problems as yesterday, but that's normal.
good morning. So say where you from, who you are, so because we cannot see here.
Be honest. What time you wake up?
Yeah, tell us about what time you wake up this morning. We've got from Switzerland.
Hello, Switzerland. I love chocolate. From where this is coming through?
Okay, we've got some echo.
Sorry, we love to hear our voices 2-3 times, even more. Sometimes I record myself. No, that's a joke. Now it's clear, so we can start. Can you comment, please, what time you went to bed, what time you wake up, and how do you feel this morning? 6 o'clock. Wow. 7. Wow.
Okay, I think we should just start to go back again in the stream. What do you think?
Why?
I can hear the echo. Can you hear echo? Tell us if you can hear echo, because here we have some echo.
Number of this was from before. Okay. Because it's 15 minutes late, so it's okay now.
Okay,
Yes.
all right.
5 minutes. Who wake up 5 minutes ago? And even you are, or she's laughing. Okay. Alarm goes off 5:30, but this morning only got out 6. Honestly, my alarm, I put her 6:30, 6:35, 6:40, 7:20, 7:30. My wife, she kicked me out from bed 7:30. She said, "Wake up!"
So, okay, so yeah, 11 o'clock. Yeah, it's quite light. Okay, you can hear us perfectly, so that's great. Great. Okay, there was some technical problem before. That's fine. Okay. So we want to give some also some advice. I mean, I'm more in position because my husband still not follow this advice. But you know, we say that the call is at 8:30, but you might want. There is an echo still.
Don't know from where, my love. We do nothing. I do nothing.
When George went in. Yeah. Okay, I suggest we go out and we go in.
No, we don't go out, my love. No.
George, do you hear us? Do you have your Facebook open? Is it possible to switch off the Facebook?
Just to put the mute, or because we hear our voices and we think that the.
It was Facebook. Okay. All right. No, we're okay. Okay. So yeah, we wanted just to give some advice. Maybe you like to take it. Like we start at 8:30, but you might want to give some time for yourself, like to prepare. Okay, because you might want to wake up before, maybe you want to exercise, to have your breakfast, to read, you know, a little bit of self-development book that you choose. You might want to meditate if that's work for you. And you will see that actually you will have a totally different experience. You will connect, you know, from a different level. So yeah, so it's going to be great if you can do this for yourself. I just wanted also, because it's good to repeat a little bit, I would just repeat a little bit what we say about yesterday about the structure. So from Monday to Saturday, we're gonna have live from 8:30 a.m. and we ask you to be committed to this. You know, this is for yourself. We check, you know, about the new habits that you wanted to implement, and most of you have the same ideas, like to feel better, to, you know, to be more happy, and to feel more healthy. So this is a commitment that you can give to yourself and to help yourself. You know,
From Monday to Friday?
it's from Monday to Saturday. And
Because I think you say Friday, that's fine.
no, Monday to Saturday, and Saturday we're having also the mastermind, as I was saying. So the mastermind, you will have the opportunity to share. Then
To see each other.
Yeah, we're gonna do like a brainstorming. So it's gonna be
You
great.
can take a virtual wine with you.
So I want to ask you also, how many of you did the evening task, and how did you feel it doing it? Did you have any challenges doing it? So just let me know, and also if you got any insights from it. Okay, so okay, now we have audio and video. Okay, Guten Morgen. So we got some people from Germany. Okay, so tell us about the evening task. Did you do your evening task? How was it?
I can encourage you when you make the evening task, and I will post also. It could be really nice because this is the power of the group, to keep ourselves engaged. When I do something, I will make a photo, I will post inside so you can see that I'm doing this. When you see I'm doing this and another 10, 15 people doing this, you say, wow, I will do this also, you know. And to take ourselves or each other up. So create, make, post, and enjoy.
Yeah, keeping accountability is very important, and you can also find someone, a partner, you know, like to help you for this.
We're gonna find the partners, my love. They're gonna be having accountability partners when we go to the Zoom. We're gonna organize this with the coaches, with their help.
Okay, so I see someone who said that he does the exercise.
I feel good. Da-da-da-da. I'm sorry, I couldn't hold it. I cannot hold it. I have a basic self in me. It's just want to. I need to dance. I need to. I don't drink, by the way, but I need to dance. I need to have a party. You know, eat ice cream and. Okay, if I forget about the ice cream, now we're talking about a healthy life. Continue.
Yeah. So I did the evening task, and it was nice to recognize that I'm grateful. The evening task was a perfect way to end the day. Yeah, it's a perfect day to to end your day, to put you in an optimistic mode and reflective mode. I did it. It helped me to recognize how grateful I am. Yeah. Sometimes we forget.
Most
we
of the
take
time.
it for granted. Yeah.
You know, the negative is always available. It's always there. And so far, when we put the TVs on, it's all the time there. Okay, my love. So let's go. Let's continue.
Okay. So today we have a special guest. Okay. We have George Arman. So George is a entrepreneur relationship, and I will tell you now more about it. So George is going to help us how to find this self-love, this this feeling of completed inside of us, so we can gain confidence and move on in our life, and going from a place of lack, to a place of abundance and everything possible for us. So I will tell you a little bit more now about George. So George, by dancing between his heart and his mind, has created a 50-year vision of spreading some much needed love around the world. So he's the relationship entrepreneur, as I was telling you. So George was blessed to have been in a friend zone by his ex-best friend, as it allowed him to discover his life's purpose. Since then, he has dedicated himself to researching, experimenting, and writing. He wrote The Great Dance of Love to show singles, friend zones, individuals, and couples how to create sparks and how to be and grow in a magical relationship. So George believed that all the world's problems can be solved if we never give up. And its message to you is, your greatest treasure lies in your greatest struggle. If you never give up, even life itself will want to help you and make everything possible for you. So George, thank you to be with us today. So George, I have a question. So you will be talking today about the wounded self and the feminine and masculine energy dynamic. So the first question that comes in my mind is, have you ever been wounded yourself?
First of all, good morning, everyone. And I would like to thank both of you, Clementine and Krasimir, for this beautiful event, which I'm sure will change lots of lives and will impact us a lot. At least it already started impacting me personally. I've loved the exercises yesterday, and I didn't do all of them, but I did most of them. And so thumbs up for you guys.
Thank you.
Wounds. Who hasn't been wounded? I'm actually gonna borrow what Ariana was talking about yesterday, when she was talking about we have two ways of changing. The first is through habits, and the second is through emotional impact. And my wound came from an emotional impact. So back in 2016, before then actually, I had a very normal life. So I did my bachelor's in management, entrepreneurship, family business, a minor in psychology, did my master's in marketing. And then I worked for a couple of years in the marketing field. But then came 2016, and I actually really liked my ex-best friend, but she didn't like me. So after like a month of like trying to go out with her and everything, it didn't work out. So I mourned for a couple of weeks. And then I said, you know what? I've studied Bob Proctor for a while. This is what Bob would have told me. He told me, you have a problem, then you can find a solution for it. The problem is actually an opportunity for you to do it yourself. So I put the entrepreneur hat on and the researcher hat on. I read more than 200 books, more than 1,200 plus articles. I did an in-depth experiment to actually prove that all my theories were right. And I put them all inside a book. And my girlfriend actually was telling me yesterday that writing a book is actually shows that you had a big wound. So so here's how like I actually was wounded and how I came to that. So I would like to ask the audience, who here hasn't been wounded? And by wound, we can be emotionally wounded, we can be physically wounded, mentally wounded. There are thousands of ways of being wounded. But it's a beauty, because it's from the wounds themselves that we actually grow. So
yeah, that's so true. So what is the relationship actually between this wounded self and the feminine and masculine energy? What would you say about this?
I'm going to take another example from Savriana's book from yesterday's session. I love to link stuff. So and she was giving examples, and it really does resonate. Remember yesterday when she was talking about our past and the way we've been brought up and how our parents brought us up and shaped us? It's the same with relationships. Why is that? Because our first relationship is with our parents. And so as we grow up, we model one of our parents, and we go on in life developing patterns. I have a question for the audience. For the ladies, I'm pretty sure most of you, if not all of you, have at one point in time dated, quote unquote, the bad boy. And same for men, you probably dated the bad girl. by bad, I don't mean like the ones with the guns and stuff. It's like the, you know, the sexy ones, the one that are like the unreachable, unattainable, and all those stuff. So anyone would like to share and comment if they've dated such a guy or girl?
To be honest, I had a dream to date such a girl, but I was such a chicken, so I couldn't invite her. So I was dating her in my dreams, honestly. At school, I was a very shy person.
Okay, so the reason why I'm asking that is that because what usually happens is that in relationships, it's all about patterns. And we tend to have similar patterns. And so, for example, someone who dates a bad boy, they would be dating the bad boy for a lot of times. Now, the faces can change, the physical body can change and all, but it's the same similar dynamic in a relationship. This is why we tend to fall for the same guy or the same girl over and over and over again until we start reflecting, we start analyzing, and we actually start healing our own self. So, by the way, I'm seeing lots of Facebook users, but I don't know who is talking and.
Yeah, no, we cannot see from here. We can see only from the live, though. So it will be only right on Facebook user, but it's fine.
By the way, for the participants, we are going through one platform called Be Live TV, and that's why we cannot see the name of the users or something else. So please take your time, ask questions, make your morning, make this live to work for you, because this is your life.
So you're talking about a dynamic between feminine and masculine energy. So what you mean is that inside of me, I also have masculine.
Yes. So actually, I'm going to take us back to school. Not all of us like school. I personally didn't enjoy school, but back in our chemistry class, we've been taught about magnets. So we have the opposite magnets attract each other, and similar magnets repel each other. So positive repel, negative repel, and positive attract. And just like magnets, we have the north and the south pole, the yin and the yang. And in relationships, we call them masculine and feminine energies. And both man and woman have inside of them masculine and feminine energies. But we don't always use them.
So I have feminine energy.
Oh, yes. We all do.
Right. That's why she asked me to clean the plates, and I don't mind.
Yeah, no, this is why, like, we actually all have it in general. So, okay, so what happens is that as we grow up, the bad boy, since we're talking about bad boy, bad girl, I think it's important. It's a stereotype, but it helps give the example and for us to situate where we are. Because later on, I will be asking you to actually reflect on yourself if you consider yourself to be more masculine or more feminine, because we do have tendency to have more of a dominant of one or the other. And this can happen whether you're at work or in a relationship, because it can shift. We'll come to that later on. So the bad boy, for example, when the bad boy grows up, because of his experiences and everything, he tends to have a very masculine energy, a dominant masculine energy. Now, what is a masculine energy? In short, someone who has a masculine energy is very purpose-driven. They're very direct in their way of communication. They talk just to make a point, so they don't talk a lot. They just they're very mysterious. They are very flirty in a way, and they know their way. They're very confident. They're very cocky, and all of that. And it's the same with the woman. For the feminine energy. So the bad girl, who's been brought up with certain experiences, tends to develop a very strong feminine energy. And so she's much more flirtatious. She's much more into relationships. So whereas the masculine energy is more into purpose-driven, the feminine energy is more into relationship-driven. So to give you an example, a salesperson is more into their feminine energy. Someone who always likes to talk, connect, communicate. This is a feminine energy. someone who's a soldier, someone who's like putting the boss hat on is more of a masculine energy. Actually, that was back in the days. Now we have certain bosses, yes, leaders, no. The difference between a boss and a leader, a boss is more masculine, a leader is more balanced between masculine and feminine energies. They are able to have both hats. So it's very interesting. So as they grow up, they develop only this energy. So the bad boy developed the masculine, and the bad girl developed the feminine energy at the expense of the other energy. So what does this mean? This means that men, in general, tend to go look for the feminine energy outside of them. So the bad boy tends to look for the feminine energy outside of him in a woman. And it's the same with women. So women having a high feminine energy, they tend to go and look for the masculine energy outside of them in the boy, in the man, bad boy, whoever. And so what does this mean? This means that we are coming from a place of lack, a place of, I need someone to give me love. I need someone to care for me. I need someone to make me feel good, make me feel confident, make me feel, etc. You connect the dots. So this is not the real way forward. This shows that this is how we are actually wounded, because we have been brought up with a certain pattern that we haven't resolved, and it keeps on attracting the same type of relationships because we are still in the same energy level. So if someone is masculine, they will attract someone who's feminine. And if someone is feminine, they will attract someone who's masculine. Now you're asking me, but what's the cure? How can we solve this? How can we change and really attract the true partner for us? The answer is very simple, but it's not easy. There's a difference between simple and easy. It's very simple, but it's not easy because there's exercises, application, habits, and all those stuff behind them.
Yes.
Now, a lot of you may or may not have heard of self-love and healing yourself from a psychological or more intellectual or emotional point of view. But I like to come from it from a physical chemistry point of view, from a feminine, masculine energy point of view. I did it with myself and with other people, and it worked beautifully. So the way to heal ourselves is to actually balance the masculine and feminine energies from within. So instead of expecting or waiting for the bad boy, for the bad girl, or for a man or a woman to actually love us, help us, need all those stuff, we can actually do it ourselves. By balancing our masculine and feminine energies from inside, what happens is we feel whole, we feel complete. We don't have this needy vibe, needy energy anymore. We're like, I'm here, I'm confident, I love myself, I'm living my life. So for example, the masculine energy in us is helping us lead our life the way we want to, doing our projects, going to work, etc., etc. And the feminine energy allows us to be playful, to do our hobbies and all those stuff. And so by living our life the way we want to casually and normally, and feeling confident and full and beautiful and amazing, what happens is automatically the right person will come. So this is what I would say, this is the relationship between the wounded self and masculine and feminine energy, or how to heal our wounded self from a masculine and feminine energy perspective.
That's great. So, and also it's not only applicable for like relationship, right? In you know, like close relationship, it can be also with different relationship that this will affect also, right?
Beautiful question, and thank you for the reminder. I did mention that I was going to talk about that, then it slipped my mind. Yes, actually, so masculine and feminine energies inside of us or not, they do apply in cross-sectionally, whether in personal relationship, family relationships, with friends, at work, and that's the beauty, because we can be, for example, masculine at work and feminine at home, or vice versa. Let me give you an example, and maybe you can start reflecting on yourself. Nowadays, for example, a lot of there's a lot of divorce rates, there's a lot of issues that's happening. And one of the reasons that this is happening is because since the 1960s and women started going to work, they started putting the masculine hat on. And what happened is that both men and women were not able, or are still not able, to adapt to this change. It's a beautiful thing that women started working, and it's a great thing. But at the same time, for example, men who became a bit more feminine in general, if you see the tendencies, are not able to actually make the woman feel more feminine because they are not raising up to their masculine energy when she's coming back home. So this is creating a whole conundrum or problem of itself. And it's one of the reasons why divorces are happening, because there's an unmet need. But that's a story for another time. The point here is we can be masculine at work and feminine at home, or feminine at home, or masculine at home and feminine at work. So if you see, for example, a masculine woman with her partner, she's the one like dominating, being bossy, do this, do that. It's normal and it's okay. There's no right or wrong, by the way. We can, if we enjoyed being in that energy, then it's fine. But ideally, the best way forward is to be balanced from within. Because once we're balanced from within, once we have a balanced masculine and feminine energies, what does this mean? This means that we are in control and we can decide when and if which energy we can use. So for example, let's say today I want to go to work and I want to put the masculine mask on. Then at 12 I have a date. So let me change myself, quote unquote, and put more of a flirty way, be a bit more like balanced with that. Whether you're a man or a woman, it applies in both ways. And it's the same with friends. Like you can see from the dynamic that happens with friendships, some of them are very masculine, some of them are very feminine, some of them are a bit of both. So it's a beautiful dance in the end, and it's all about the dancing between your masculine and your feminine energy and knowing when to use which, and it's a beautiful lifelong journey.
So I have a question from the audience. They're asking, you say a little bit already about it, how can I balance my energy? How do you do to balance the energy within us? Okay, so to balance the energy within us, we're actually going to be talking about it in a bit, I guess. So it's about, we're going to talk about one habit that we're going to be developing over the next couple of days that will actually help us. So if, for example, someone is more masculine and they want to develop their feminine energy or to enhance it or develop it, there is a certain exercise, and it's the same. If you're feeling more feminine and you want to develop your masculine energy, there's a certain exercise. Now, the exercise we're going to be talking about and sharing is actually just one exercise. There are many exercises, and it takes time. It's not like at one go. So to give you an example, before I wrote the book, read all those stuff, when I was still wounded, I was in my feminine energy. I was raised in a way with, let's say, a feminine father within the dynamic of a relationship. So this is what I knew. And so what happened is that I wasn't aware of what being masculine was, but I had to learn it myself. And so after I read all those and I started doing my experiments, when I did the experiment with all those women, it took me around 2 months of going every single day out with a woman to actually, and practicing those stuff, to actually regain and my masculine energy. So I did have my masculine energy, but it was repressed and underdeveloped. So it took me some time. But I'm not trying to discourage you. I'm just saying it's easy. It's simple, but it's not easy. So it does take a little bit of time to adapt and do the steps. But once you do, it's beautiful. Right. So should we share the exercise now about one of the two? So let me bring it in the stream. Okay, so I'm going to talk you through a little bit of the slide. So as you can see, and we will be sharing this with you later on. So if you're in your feminine energy,
and you want to develop your masculine energy, and again, whether you're a man or a woman, it's okay. Here's one exercise. I would like you for the next couple of days, ideally for more than 30 days, until you actually master and balance both, to actually express your thoughts and desires in fewer words. Why? Because as we mentioned before, someone who's more masculine express themselves in very few words. They're short, they're concise, and they're straight to the point. So as an example, you have, I gave you 2 examples, like thank you for a great job, and thank you for doing the dishes. Like I took one work example and one personal example. And similarly, if you're too much in your masculine energy and you want to develop your feminine energy, then this is what you can do for the next couple of days, is actually to express yourself more. Now, I over-exaggerated a bit the examples. I kind of chose the same examples just to show you a bit the difference. It's not about lying. I'm not asking you to lie. I'm asking you to actually experiment. To experiment, have fun, enjoy, because in the end, it's a game. It's a game, and the more you have fun with it, the more you play with the energies, the more you feel better, the more you're able to actually balance the masculine and feminine energy in a better way, in a smoother way, in a beautiful way. So here, for example, you have the difference between thank you for a great job or thank you so much for doing an exquisite job. The client really appreciated that you delivered your task ahead of time with such precision that he decided to extend the contract for another year and wants you to, etc., etc. And it's the same with the personal example. So you can say like, honey, please do the dishes, or thank you for doing the dishes. Or you can say, thank you so much for doing the dishes this morning. I feel so pampered and loved and amazed, and it's so beautiful. You know what? This actually reminds me of the time when you used to bring me flowers, and you know, with the virus now, the coronavirus, it's a bit of a problem and all. So, you know, so those are examples I hope you can relate to one way or another. And I really encourage you to actually practice them with as much as you can. So the more you can play with them throughout the day, the better. You can practice them with your spouse, or with your partner, with your children, with your colleagues, your bosses, via Zoom, via Skype, via Facebook, in the supermarket, if you're wearing a mask, of course, and everything. So it's all up to you. But the more you practice it, the more you are able to actually embed this energy and have it within you. Yeah, let me know if you have any question.
Because it's almost 9 o'clock and we say it's going to be until 9 because some people, they're working after 9. Please let us know on the Zoom call when we are going to be all together, so you can ask more questions. Even if something is not clear for you, the coaches, they can give examples how it's working, and so the picture can become much more clear with you. My baby is calling me Papa.
Okay, so thank you very much, George. And actually, when I was reading the exercise, I realized that in my communication, I often have a more masculine energy. I found it a little bit resisting for me to express more myself and give more compliments and, you know, and my emotions. So yeah, we do have this both energy within us. So now we're going to go through the breathing exercise. And the gratitude. So yesterday we did the gratitude exercise. I just want just want to show you that actually what is very great for you to do it before you do your gratitude is actually to practice deep breathing. Why? Because it anchors you in the present moment, and you feel much more calm, your head is more clear, and you will connect more with what you're really grateful for.
They can do, my love, anytime during the day. Anytime you feel worried, anytime you even wash the plates. I do this because I wash a lot of plates. So, my love, you can...
I think there is some complaint here. Okay.
I need flowers, my love. Sorry.
Okay.
So, let's start with the brief.
Yes. Do you want to lead them? Or? Okay, so what you're going to do is place your hands in your heart if that feels good for you.
It's working very well with closing your eyes.
You need, it's better to close your eyes, and what you're gonna do is that you will nail and count until 10.
Until 5, my love.
Until 5, okay, until 5.
Like
I do
1.
10. But and then hold for 5, and then exhale for 5. Okay.
You can do any I can count. So
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now you hold for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. And exhale. So you can do one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And now you will start with your gratitude. So you will say everything that you are grateful for. So I'm grateful for my children, for their smile in the morning, and because I feel joy, I connect to myself, I connect to my love, happiness, I feel happiness, I see the beauty. And I am grateful for my husband, for his caring, supportive, also his fun, loving. And I'm grateful for my spacious, lightful apartment because he brings me the light even when I cannot go out. And the space that I need, and my children can play and run. I'm grateful for all the beauty around me, for the sun, for the sky, for the sea that remind me about the abundance, the immensity of everything, the flow. I'm grateful for the electricity, for the water, because I can use anytime I want. I can take hot shower, I can cook. I am grateful for myself, for the energy I have, so I can take care of myself, I can take care of my family. I'm grateful for my friends around me that care for me, that give me love, that connect with me. I'm grateful for the internet because I can reach so much information. I can do my yoga, my Pilates online.
I'm grateful that even it sounds funny for you, I'm grateful because I can read, so I have so much information around me which I can use. I'm grateful I know the English, even not 100%, but I'm grateful because all the information I search for is in English, and this is giving me unbelievable database. I am grateful for the sun. Can you imagine in Norway? Hello. Here we don't pay for entertainment, people. I'm grateful for the sea. We can see the sea from here, even it's limited edition. You can continue, you can write what is it, and please comment if we disturb you during you make your gratitude. So next time we can make silent for us, so you can focus on your own gratitude, which is very important.
Yeah, the idea here is for you to build this habit. So at least when we're doing the call, you're doing it with us. So I know that for myself, sometimes when someone is talking and saying his gratitude, sometimes it doesn't help me because I want to focus on my own gratitude. So let us know how you feel. If you like to do more silent, if you like to maybe, you prefer us to guide you. So, and on Saturday, we're going also to learn more about the meditation with Mira, and this is going to also help us to raise our vibration. And so we will leave you now for today. And so I want to thank again, George, for being here with us. There is the audience that say that is a wonderful way for you to share yourself and to show honesty and sharing your experience. So thank you, George, for doing this. And
Sending love to Lebanon, George.
yes,
Thank
George
you.
is from
Sending love all
Lebanon.
over the
So
world.
thank you, and have a beautiful day. Smile in your face, be productive, and enjoy your day. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.